What's up, my wizards? Dev from Strictly All That Stuff. In case you didn't know by now, we like it a magic, and today, finally going to sit down, getting some games on camera with this blue-black sea monsters. A lot of people were excited to see this, and it's actually already one of the most popular deck techs of the season. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link in the description down there. Lots of good jokes and good quotes and stuff. Good deck tech, if I say so myself. But in case you haven't seen that, you want to know the basic idea? I just wanted to play Nadir Kraken. Like everybody else, I just want this card to be good. It turns out one of the best ways to make it a decent card is to be able to play it at instant speed, whether it's on your opponent's combat step or at the end of their turn or whatever. Ley line of anticipation makes that possible. We want to get this down as early as possible, preferably before we even really start the game. Just start with it and play. That'd be excellent. That's why we're playing all 4 copies. But not only can we play like Nadir Kraken at instant speed that way, we can also play Serpent of Yawning Depths, which makes Kraken unblockable. Same thing with Lochmere Serpent, makes Lochmere Serpent unblockable without having to sacrifice islands. Good thing about Lochmere Serpent is you don't even have to have a ley line out to cast it with Flash. So that's pretty dope some of the time. But aside from that, we've got some kind of minuscule tricks in the deck. Gadwick at instant speed can be just insane, especially if you have enough mana left over to, make a couple of tentacles, make our Kraken bigger, however you want to use that mana, whether you want to use it to draw more cards or make your Kraken big enough to just like kill them. That will also work. But there's also Opt-in here to grow our Kraken, Chemist's Insight to grow our Kraken. But aside from that, we're mostly just kind of blue-black control. We got hand disruption in the form of Agonizing Remorse, which is pretty sweet to be able to cast at instant speed if you do have a ley line. Wait till your opponent's draw step, Agonizing Remorse them. That's beautiful. But then there's, Tyrant Scorn for removal, Murderous Rider for removal, Into the God Eternals for removal. Plus some Sinister Sabotage for counterspells. So not exactly like the biggest brain deck in the world to put together, and you could probably have a little bit more success with a just straight-up blue-black control build. But I'm here to have fun. I play Magic to have fun, so what we're going to try to do is get some big old sea monsters out today and swing in with them unblocked. So let's give it a shot in the arena, see how well we do. Alright, opponent goes first here in our first on-camera game. In the interest of full disclosure, I have played a game, but I got 2 lands in like 6 turns, so I don't think it's very representative. I'm very likely going to cut it. Now, this hand looks a little bit better. I hate that our opponent goes first, but we've got Tyrant Scorn, clean up the board, Agonizing Remorse, Sinister Sabotage, Nadir Kraken, all that. So we just drew the Kraken, so that's pretty cool. I would have really liked to have a ley line in the opening hand, but the hand was too good to throw back and try to get a ley line. Alright, so just Gates. We're playing against Gates. I don't know that I've ever played against Gates with this deck, and I've played a fair amount of games already with it, so this will be fun. Let's see how well we do against this deck. Agonizing Remorse. Okay, so 2 sweepers. Expansion Explosion. So are you trying to... Okay, it's an Expansion Explosion deck. Gate Clutch. So they literally have the perfect hand, ladies and gentlemen. They probably could use like one more gate in place of this Expansion Explosion, just draw it later. But they have what is very close to a perfect hand here, and I don't love that. So I'm just going to take out the Gatebreaker for now. Let's take that ram. Ram it into the exile zone. Alright, so they did get a land that turn, and we know it. That's cool. I get Plaza of Harmony next turn. What can they do with 4 mana? Not a whole heck of a lot. So at this point, I'll Castle Vantress. I really, really wish that we had a ley line out at this point. But we don't. What we could do is play Nadir Kraken, try to, a couple of turns from now, 2 turns from now, play Nadir Kraken, try to bait them into one of these, and then we can just return Kraken to our hand with a Tyrant Scorn. That's a possibility. I don't think that your go does. Sometimes when people say your go, I like to say thinking, but I can't do that because it's their turn. They won't let you say thinking on your turn for some reason. But I will say thinking now so that maybe they won't your go us. Yeah, say your go. In turn. When somebody your goes before you've even roped, that is really infuriating, especially in unranked. Like, are you that sweaty, buddy? But anyway, let's see what Zato does on their turn. Guild Summit, which will certainly get met with the Sinister Sabotage. You cannot have that, friend. I apologize. Temple of Deceit. You really? What is it? Okay. Alright. Maybe I should cut this one too, because I don't feel like this game was very representative. I mean, really? You scoop after us? I guess I've had many people scoop to counterspells before. And I've scooped to counterspells too, but it's usually not until like, oh, you counter my spell so I lose the game. It's not usually the very first interaction of the game that I scoop. But, to each their own. All right, we're in against Zoré for this one, and I'm not a huge fan of this hand. We can't even cast this Murderous Rider, and it's probably the best early game card in our hand. So let's throw it back. Not getting ley lines this game, I guess, are we? Probably will keep this hand, though. Maybe throw back the Enter the God Eternals? Yeah, I like it. Even though, just like the last game, we can't actually cast this Murderous Rider, I really hope that we draw a Black Source. Another Black Source. Let's Watery Grave tapped. Say go to Zoré. Hip hip Zoré. They play Mountain. What else you got? What else you got? A 10th Street Dodger. Are you just playing Mono Red and unranked? Like, what? Ley line on turn 2. That always feels good to draw a ley line. The turn after your first turn. Woof. Alright, so say go. Mono Red and unranked. You know, I said on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, like a week ago at this point, ooh, Cavalcade. Yikes. I'm going to go ahead and cut down this 10th Street Dodger with a Tyrant Scorn. But I said on Twitter like a week ago, I've been playing it unranked lately, trying to have fun with some janky decks and stuff, and we did not get our third land. Oh my goodness. But, why? We have 26 lands in the deck. That's 2 games where I can't get a third land. Yikes. But anyway, let me finally finish saying what I said on Twitter. Chandra Spitfire. God. Hey, it's our third land just in time for it to not matter. Cool, cool, cool. I like when that happens. But, I'm finally going to get to it, I promise. I said I've been playing an unranked to get some janky decks down and all that. And, let's concede. Well, no, let's not. Let's just actually Sinister Sabotage a 10th Street Dodger. So I don't tilt here. But, basic idea was, I'd come across a bunch of people playing, you know, Mono Red. And, do I want this? I want a second Black Source for Murderous Rider, but I don't want to die before we can even play Murderous Rider, sure. I'll keep it. But, there are a lot of people playing like Blue, White, and Mono Red in unranked. And I had a lot of people respond to me and say, you know, maybe those people are just testing the deck and they don't want to make misplays in their first few games with it and all that. And it's actually a really good point. And on some level, I imagine those people are right? In a lot of cases. But if you are playing Mono Red aggro in February 2020 on unranked, I do not for a second believe that it's your first go-round with the deck. Right? Like you haven't been playing Mono Red aggro for 2 months. Are you really? You sure, buddy? See, we're going to die. Like I said, we're totally going to die. So let's let's get out of this one. All right, we're up against Rex Russie here. I kind of like that name. And we got a ley line, everybody. We started the game with a ley line in our hands. Let's go for it here and see what happens. I'm sorry if all that sounded really negative a second ago. I mean, I believe I'm not gonna apologize. I believe every word of it, but I mean, it's really how I feel. I'm not gonna apologize for that. But at the same time, yes, put that ley line out. But at the same time, I have just had like a succession of days, everybody. I don't know. I especially woke up today feeling terrible, but hoping that some arena play could like liven my spirits, and it has. Even though all that sounded negative, it still made me feel a little bit better to get in here, you know, play some games and all that. So I'll say I've been tired lately too, man. We got a puppy dog, and it's like a puppy. You know what I mean? It's a very tiny dog, and it's just like outrageously tiring. Just unbelievably tiring to have a puppy. And like I've always been the kind of person who like doesn't really want children, right? Like more power to you if you have them and you love them. That's awesome. You should love your kids. But I've just never wanted kids. I'm in my 30s. I still don't have kids, and I like it that way. So if this dog is like in any way indicative of what it's like to have a small child, that has just reinforced my beliefs. I really do not want to have a child, like whatsoever. Man, just taking care of a freaking puppy. I've mostly like had cats my entire life, so puppy is a whole new world. Everybody, like I'm kind of wishing that we had gotten a bigger dog. Honestly, or like an older dog, because good lord, a puppy. You have to be vigilant, like constantly. My wife turned to me last night, and she was like, "I want our old lives back." I felt like that scene from Rugrats where Stu is making pudding at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Dee Dee's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I've lost control of my life." That's how it feels. But let's get back to talking Magic. Let's opt. at the end of our opponent's turn here. We knew it was a Watery Grave on top. Do we want to draw it? Yes, I think we do, because we kept it on top before. Just want to blast through it and draw something real. Sinister Sabotage is a pretty real card. Enters tapped, the Watery Grave, and end up saying go here. And just have Sinister Sabotage up. We can take some damage from this Fin Lurker. It's all cool. They're going to try to Deathless Knight this turn. We're going to sabotage it, but that kind of sucks because they're just going to be able to get Deathless Knight back before too long. Deathless Knight is a good card. Like, it's obviously not the best card in the format. They didn't do it. Huh. They thought it was worth more damage. Okay, well, I guess we'll say go again, like a good control deck. We've got Leyline down, so we have literally no need to ever do anything on our turn, ever. So I just wish we'd get a little bit more gas in the tank, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be super nice. Hand kill. Alright, fifth line, or fifth land for the opponent coming in with Fin Lurker. Cool. Gonna pump it again? Yeah. Keep doing it, sure. Huh. Alright. We'll go to 14. Wait till EOT just to know that there's no surprises. They're not going to cast anything else. Get rid of this Fin Lurker. Now we got an empty board. 2 Sinister Sabotages. Looking okay. We're looking okay. They do get a food token out of the deal, but we knew that was going to happen. Castle Vanjie. Throw that down. Miss Vanjie. And if they don't do anything this turn, we can just Castle Vantros. That's pretty sweet. I like scrying. It's my party. I'll scry if I want to. Alright, 6 mana, so even if we counter the Deathless Knight, they can still get it back by just, you know, sacrificing this food token. But I kind of also don't care. I'd rather counter it this turn, right? Keep Gadwick. That's cool. Gads! They do not sacrifice their food token. Because why would they? They don't have to do it till like EOT here. But I wonder if they will do it EOT. Yeah, it looks like they're about to. Yeah, you gain some life, opponent. That's cool. Everything here is cool. We got another Sabotage. But they have 4 cards in there and 6 mana. So they can do whatever they want at this point. They're mono black deck. What they can't do is Gary for a bunch. You know? What we could do here is Gadwick, draw 2 cards, and just like block the Deathless Knight. Which actually feels pretty decent. Because we'll probably get a land. We can keep our Sinister Sabotage. Actually, I want to Serpent next turn. If at all possible. So I'm going to go ahead and spin this Sabotage now. Hopefully they'll just say go. Lockmere on top. That's not what we want. Man, I wish this was a Scry and not a Surveil. Yeah. Sure. I mean, how many cards do you have in your graveyard right now? Just 2. Alright. Eventually we might be able to get the Serpent back. Here comes a kitty cat. Uh-oh. I guess the good thing about the cat is that, like, in this situation, is if we get the Serpent down, here's a land. Sweet. But if they get a Serpent down, or, yeah, if we get Serpent down, they can't block it with cat. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, do the cat loop. Just do it. Just do it. Nothing. Again, I'm usually in a good mood when I play these games, but you didn't do the loop! Oh, no. Why not? Huh. Huh. Why didn't you do it? Alright, dog. Whatever. Whatever. That's cool. This is the exact situation Deathless Knight is a good card in. You can just get it back every turn with Cauldron Familiar. Comes a Serpent of Yawning Depths. Let's see if they have a Murderous Rider. They might. Which would, suck. They appear to not have Murderous Rider. Appear to not have Murderous Rider. Ayara comes down. We're going to start taking a lot of damage here in the coming turns. 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll take 7 next turn, plus the 1 from Witch's Oven that we're guaranteed to take. Interesting. So what I'm hoping to do here is be able to cast Gadwick for 1 and Tyrant Scorn on their turn. Yeah, you can't block it. I don't know why. It gave him so long. Maybe they had to click through because of Witch's Oven. In the turn, you going to do it this time? I mean, you're supposed to do it. EOT. Pretty much every turn. There we go. Cool, cool. Well, now that their oven is tapped, let's kill that Ayara. We can still Gadwick for 1, but we're probably going to have to block a Deathless Knight with the Gadwick, which I don't love. Wish they had more cards in their yard. That would be really cool. But, you know, then we'd have to pay for the activation cost and play Lochmere Serpent again, and that actually is kind of, it's a little bit tough at this juncture. Which is, oh my god. Yuck. It's really gross. It's like at this point we're losing the race all day. Here comes Deathless Knight. They have to attack in. Whether it's smart or not, they have to attack in. So let's draw 1 card from the Gadwick. 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, and Enter the God Eternals. That we can't resolve because they have Witch's Ovens out. So, let's say we take this damage. Well, they'll just be able to block Gadwick with a cat next turn, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking about, like, how much can we get off of attacking with both of these? It's 9 damage, but they'll Gadwick ain't getting through. So, let's go ahead and do that. I really wish we could resolve this Enter the God Eternals. We could always cast it on our own creature to gain some life. Could always do that. It's like at this point you can't block. Like even if your guy's untapped, you can't block. But anyway, at this point, it might be best to just cast Enter the God Eternals at instant speed on this Deathless Knight. Even though we certainly will not resolve it, they'll just sacrifice Deathless Knight. But that's an attack set they won't get in with Deathless Knight, so that's kind of cool. But still, they're gaining so much life and doing so much damage to us. I mean, they're going to end up winning this race. I'm just interested in how the rest of the game plays out at this point. Is there anything we can do? Anything we can draw? I don't think so. I'm just thinking about all the cards in the deck. Oh, well, both of your... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's like we're going to take... We're going to take 4 damage. So it's like we don't gain life off of this. Is it worth it, though? Make them draw another Cauldron Familiar, or make them sacrifice Deathless Knight or something. You put 4 cards in your graveyard, and that way we might be able to get this Lochmere Serpent back. Oh, we get another land, we can pay the activation cost and play it on the same turn, which is actually really nice. So, let's see what happens. We can block the Deathless Knight and kill it. That's kind of cool, but we could also just, well, we might be able to deal 10 damage next turn. That's kind of cool. Deathless Knight. What you going to do, though? They are going to swing in. Okay, so we take this, we go down to 7. If we block, they'll probably sacrifice Deathless Knight to Witch's Oven, but what if they don't? What if they don't? Because here's what's probably going to happen. If we don't block, we'll have the 4/4 to swing in next turn, but maybe they'll tap Witch's Oven, sack Deathless Knight, get a food token, bring back Cat, block the token. So I actually think it's best to do this. See if they go ahead and give up Deathless Knight to Witch's Oven. They do, and I don't think they had to do that. I really don't. They decide to. Go ahead and get the kitty back. Serpent of Yawning Depths doing some work for us this game, I gotta say. I'd really like another Serpent. We might be able to get this Lochmere Serpent super soon. Deathless Knight coming down. Nadir Kraken. Well, a land would have been sweet too, but I will take a Kraken. I'll take that. And let's get Kraken. Let's get Serpentine, I guess, with this the Serpent of Yawning Depths. Pop in, put them at 11. They're gaining so much life off this Cauldron Familiar. Like, it's like this is only dealing 4 damage a turn, which sounds like a lot, but isn't. Not really. Alright. See what Rex Rusty does here on this turn. By the way, another meta deck. I just want to throw that out there. Another meta deck. Just can't fuss about that too much. Alright. Just kill it. That's one way to deal with it, I suppose. That sucks, too. I was really hoping we get an attack step in with Kraken and the Serpent. Because that would have dealt like 9 damage next turn. 10 maybe, because we cast a Lockthwing too. Here comes Murderous Rider. Which is probably what's actually about to win in this game, is Murderous Rider. Alright, let's Nadir Kraken. Alright, let's block Deathless. Block the cat. Probably going to draw a card into turn here anyway, but we can't make a Tentacle, actually. We don't have enough mana to draw a card and make a Tentacle. Probably going to draw the card regardless, though. I just want some cards. Well, we had a pretty decent game here, all things considered. You know, we got Serpent of Yawning Depths, we got Nadir Kraken, we got Leyline, you know, at the beginning of the game. Those are all good things to happen, but it still doesn't look like we're going to pull it out. Deathless Knight is a huge factor in this. What I'd like to maybe draw this turn is Agonizing Remorse. That'd be cool. Let's take that point of damage. Draw land. But I guess we don't mind drawing a land that much. Now, I can only do this on my turn, right? Exile, active its ability only during your turn. Yeah, so. Pay that. Drop the land. And we can Gabwick for 4 here during their turn. We can also Gabwick for like 3 and have enough mana left over for like an opt. We can Gabwick for 2 and try to draw Agonizing Remorse right now. We can do that. I'm going to do it. Gabwick for 2. 2 cards is still not bad. Right, we got a Murderous Rider here. Auto pay. Auto pay. Alright, so 5/6 Kraken with a Serpent of Yawning Depths in our hand. So we have to last a couple of turns here, but we might be able to make this work. We actually might be able to do it, so let's see. They did not Witch's Oven at the end of our turn there. That's interesting. I wonder if they have another Murderous Rider. That would suck. Another Witch's Oven, that also sucks. Man, put us at like 5 right now. It hurts. It hurts so bad. But are you going to try to get in with anything? It's not looking like it. We have 8 mana, so next turn we can both play Serpent of Yawning Depths and... Ooh, Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider's not great, though, when they have 3 Witch's Ovens out. So let's auto-pay. Go ahead and play Serpent. Doesn't really matter, does it? Tap a Witch's Oven. They let us tap it. Okay. They're at 10. Alright. They have 3 blockers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking creatures. We're doing at least 6 damage. Let's see, they can block 3 more. We'll do one more damage if we just attack with everything, and they can just Witch's Oven to gain that life back. So I'm not a big fan. I was trying to see if we could just end the game by swinging with everything, but it doesn't look like it. Although these blockers that Kraken is making are just paramount. Those are very important, but we still have a chance at losing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 next turn. They're going to gain a bunch of life here, but if we can attack with both Serpent and Kraken next turn, unabated, then like we win. So let's see what happens. We're doing like 13 damage next turn on Gary, no! Well, they finally drew a Merchant of Asphodel, and they absolutely have to or they were going to lose that game. So, you know, can't complain. That's how it works sometimes and all. But kind of a heartbreaker, if I must say. Go. All right, we got one here against Quindead, and I really want to keep this hand. I do. It doesn't have a ley line, though. I just want to be able to Agonize and Remorse them on turn 2. Like, there's not even a guarantee I'm going to get to Sinister Sabotage or Murderous Rider or both. So, I'm going to throw it back. Hey, 3 lands. Mana to cast Sinister Sabotage. I'm going to throw back Chemist's Insight. Looks good to me. We have the mana to cast both Sinister Sabotage and Murderous Rider this time. But opponent does go first. So these cards are severely weakened by that. Seriously, both Sabotage and Murderous Rider, so not a fan of that. But we'll see how things shake out here. Hopefully our opponent doesn't lead on Mountain Fervent Champion. They don't. So Thornwood Falls. I don't see that every day. Temple of Deceit. Murderous Rider. I think I'm good on that. We got one. Although one is sometimes not enough, but I'd much rather draw something else next turn. Alright, so it's Bant. They decided they needed the land this turn, so what are you doing? Paradise Druid. It's just Bant Ramp. I say just Bant Ramp, but that's actually very concerning if you want the truth. So Island on top. I think we have enough lands for now. So let's bottom it. Say go, and we still won't have the Sinister Sabotage up till next turn. Well, they played a tap land. That's great. Okay, I was really worried about, I don't know, Questing Beast or something this turn. But needless to say, they're not going to get to it. Let's swamp so we can untap Lochthwain next turn. Still have the mana to play anything we need to play, so hopefully we can kind of just control them out of this game. That'd be nice. But Bant Ramp has some sick-ish it can do late in the game, so we'll see. We will see. Because our hand doesn't actually look great in a long game. I do like that we have Gabwick for the refill, but I would have really liked to start with the ley line here. Especially considering as soon as we tap out for a Gabwick, they're going to go ham, so see what they do here. They're not going to do anything. Are you stuck on lands? Ooh, the biggest flex move in the world would be to Castle Lochthwain, but I'm not going to do it. I wonder if they're trying to get enough mana to cast something and keep, like, Negate back up or something. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's play Vanji. Tapped. Should have played the island first, I guess. You live and learn. Whatever. See what Quindead does here. I'd like to pick a game up, like a real game, and not one where our opponent scoops to the first counterspell we play. That'd be nice. Serpent of Yawning Depths. Man, how good would a ley line be right now? If we had a ley line, I would have already played like 8 cards. Not that many, but close. If we had a ley line, we could Gabwick for 3 EOT if our opponent doesn't do anything. That would be awesome. But I think our opponent is specifically playing around counterspells. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Pass. Nothing? Okay. Alright, so let's swamp. Let's Nadir Kraken with Sinister Sabotage back up. I talked about in the deck tech how this is important to be able to do sometimes, but if they... Ooh, okay, so you're playing counterspells. You yourself are playing counterspells. I don't want to fall for this trap, though. I do not want to fall for this bait at all. So it's some sort of Bant Flash, maybe? Is that what you're doing? Is that it? It's possible. Yeah, I didn't want to tap down for Sinister Sabotage there. And then, you know, just leave, you know, make it to where we can't Sinister Sabotage the big play on their turn. Which it doesn't look like they're going to make one. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be really sweet, actually. Like, I never say this in the middle of the game, but it would be really sweet to draw a ley line at this point. We could draw a ley line, still have Sabotage up, and at that point, we would almost have, like, no worries in this game. But I just want something to happen. I would like it very much if something happened. That would be really cool. Are they stuck on lands? You have to discard? It's a mass manipulation. Ugh. Alright, Nadir Kraken. Let's see if they counter it. They do not. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. Alright, so can we start doing things? Can we? That'd be really cool if we could. See what they do here. Banishing Light. They still have 3 open, but I ain't too worried about what you can do with 3 mana, especially considering we have Murderous Rider. Let's see if they just left that mana up so they could counter a counter spell. That's cool. That's whatever. That's fine. Sure, sure. Coolio. I imagine you'll do nothing else. Maybe they'll swing with Paradise Druid. They do not. So at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 lands when we play the Swattery Grave, at least. We're getting to the point where we can almost like Gadwick for real cards and still counterspell something, which is, I think, exactly what I'm going to do. Pay 2 life. We can draw 2 cards off this Gadwick. So let's do that. So we still have another Gadwick in our hand. Agonizing Remorse, Tyrant Scorn. Thought about casting Agonizing Remorse, but I don't think it's worth it yet. Still got the Sinister Sabotage up. It's totally cool. Let's just be patient. Just be patient. Hey, a Dream Trawler. No. Absolutely not. Let's tap the Banishing Light, because we can. Hey, it's another Gadwick. Do I want that? I don't not want it. Sure. Sure. I'll actually take it. Let's Remorse him right away. Hey, Dream Trawler. Hey, Agent. Hey, Kior. Good lord, really? I hate this game. Here goes Dream Trawler. Did you guys see their hand? It's just freaking nuts. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Ooh. Yowza. Attack with Gadwick. We can just pop him back to our hand if our opponent tries to Agent of Treachery. Maybe that's the right play. Man, if we'd had a ley line, though, y'all. But, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. All that. All the same things I said in the last game. Oh, if they'd never got... You drew a Dream Trawler? Really? Really? All right, dog. All right, dog. That's good. Whatever. Well, I guess we can make him discard some cards. Right? That's all it's going to amount to. Jeezy crazy. What are you going to discard? Because they're all good cards. We can at least get good cards out of their hand. Brazen Borrower, I assumed. Tyrant Scorn. Return that to your hand. Tap down Banishing Light. You going to discard something? I really hope you do. I seriously hope you discard something. That would be the best thing for us. Oh, they did. They discarded Agent. Okay. Whew. All right. Cool. Cool, cool. That's all good. Whatever. Murderous Rider. I really want to do it. Man, I want to do this. Let's go for it. Which card is more important to you? Dream Trawler is the answer, is the correct answer, but what's going to happen, buddy? They did it. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Excellent. swing in. They really want to keep this Paradise Druid out. I don't think they have to block with it yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's draw 2 cards off Gadwick again. Start taking some damage. Two ley lines. Oh man. All you can do is laugh, right? That's the only option you have, is to laugh at stuff like that. Oh man. One of my main complaints with Dream Trawler is that it synergizes so well with itself by drawing you cards. That just seems wrong. Seems like slimy, you know? Oh man. Alright, we're at 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. They have 2 more turns to kill us with Dream Trawler. They're at 18, suddenly. God. Dream Trawler is just such a broken Magic card. Alright, so if we ley line here, we have 4 lands left, so we can't do a whole hell of a lot of anything else. Let's get in. I shouldn't even be thinking this long. I really shouldn't have roped. Because, like, you know, it's not that the decision's hard or anything. It's just like, I can't do anything. like, I cannot do anything to win this game, very likely. This is why I'm going to run Plaguecrafter in the main deck of everything from now on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just swing for the fences, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter. You gonna counter it? Nope. I will keep the untapped one. Thank you very much. What are the chances? Now, when I say I draw nothing but lands in the late game, do you believe me now? Do you believe me? Do you? Because, wow. 5 lands in a row. In a row. In a row. Off of Gadwick. And you know what? Hate to be cynical, but like, we probably would have drawn a land next turn. If my experience is anything to go by. It's anecdotal, but usually I'm not this cynical. I apologize. Let's get one more in. All right, everybody. Ley line in our opening hand against Rat Pack here. We don't have anything to cast with it that we couldn't otherwise cast with it, but at least we go first. A couple of Sinister Sabotages. See what happens. Maybe the opponent will play Knight of the Ebon Legion on turn 1 or Fervent Champion, and just our entire day will be ruined. It could happen, but we'll try and make something of it here. Would have liked to draw something meaty, but whatever. Hey, an Agonizing Remorse for turn 2. That's fine with me. Take that card. Didn't have anything better to do on turn 2. Let's see what Rat Pack does here. Fabled Passage, classic. That's good. We can't really derive too much information from that, other than it's probably not mono red. So let's island. We'll get all the information with Agonizing Remorse. So what are you doing over here? What are you doing, Rat Pack? Got some cool stuff going on? I don't know why it's taking so long. There we go. You do not have cool stuff going on. You're just playing a meta deck. Sweet. Alright, Interplanar Beacon, though. That's neat. That's very neat. Alright, so 2 Elspeth Conquers Death, Teferi Time Raveler, and Narset. This is exactly the problem I was talking about with these discard spells, is that sometimes when you look at a blue-white control player's hand, it's demoralizing because they just got all the best cards in Standard. So, what do you do against that? You take the Teferi, first of all, because we've got Leyline out. So we want to get rid of that, but good lord at the cards in their hand. Cheesy, crazy. Cheese and crust. Those are very, very good cards. We'd have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 Agonizing Remorses to get all the good cards out of their hand. So really 5, because we've already cast one. Birth of Melodist, don't really care that much. At this point, hopefully we can counter the Narset. Oh, Leyline. Alright. Say go. This is why you don't usually want 4 Leylines in your deck, but I want it on turn 1 as often as possible, so that's why I'm playing 4. And hey, I mean, I can't really complain too much. It paid off. We got one. See what our opponent does here. We've got 2 Sinister Sabotages up, but that is not enough to counter all the good spells in their hand. Like, this can come down and get rid of our ley line, which would kind of hurt, honestly. Interplanar Beacon. Gain a life. I don't care too much about their life total. Saw a really cool deck the other day that was playing Interplanetary Beacon. It was our Interplanar Beacon. Throw that, because it's not really getting rid of it. Chemist's Insight, that is. In case you're listening and not watching, it's always good to surveil it into your yard, because it doesn't feel like you're actually getting rid of it. But, yeah, it was playing, like, Interplanar Beacon, and, it's basically, like, mono green, but it had a bunch of Planeswalkers that weren't green in it, you know, like Teferi and stuff. Really neat deck. It had, like, Karn, and I think that it was, on Mono Black Magic's channel. And that's why I'm seeing it on Arena on occasion. And it's just a really interesting deck, if I do say so myself. Nadir Kraken at instant speed. Get an ETG. Pay the 1. Leave Sabotage up. Attack in. It's going to get blocked. That's fine. See, the thing against mono white is, or blue white, is I'm actually giving them the chance to not block with this, because they're not going to play anything that they can attack with. They will not play any haste creature. Even if they did, I've got a tentacle to block, so it's just almost consequence free to attack with this at this point. Sinister Sabotage. That Shatter the Sky. Another Enter the God Eternals. A card that does almost nothing in this match. Murderous Rider. Pay the 1. Swing on in with everything. Now, at this point, we cannot counter an Elspeth Conquer's Death, which is almost certainly what's happening next turn. It'll get back to Teferi eventually. It's going to hurt really bad. It's going to hurt really bad. But, you know, that's what happens when you build a silly deck, and you want to get some silly fun games in, and you come up against, you know, what? A mono-red deck and a blue-white deck. In unranked. I'm just tryhards, right? People call me a tryhard for my, like, you know, my on-camera deck tech personality. People are like, oh, you're such a tryhard. These are the real tryhards, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. What are you gonna get rid of? Probably this, the Nadir Kraken, because, like, you can just get Teferi back in a couple turns, and Leyline is completely, you know, it's just worth nothing at that point. We did get a Nadir Kraken, which I'm actually thinking about playing right now. If we play right now, at least they'll be untapped, right? Like, they don't have Absorb. We know they can't absorb this right now, so I'm gonna do it. I do have another Elspeth Conquer's Death. Oh, why didn't I attack? God dang it. Oh, damn it. Elspeth Conquer's Death. Apparently I've tilted into not attacking here. Told y'all, it's just not the best day for your boy. Hey, a third Nadir Kraken! Why are we getting all the preferential treatment now? That's Nadir Kraken. Even though I don't know how preferential this actually is, to be 100% honest with you. It looks like they're getting all the breaks, am I right? Narset, huh? They didn't get Teferi back. They got to Shatter the Sky so they can just play it. That is the right idea. And now we've lost. They've lost because they have Dream Trawler mana in play and 4 cards in their hand. Still, after everything they've done. That's the thing about Control, man. It's just, again, demoralizing. Because, like, they've done so much, and they still have a buttload of cards in their hand. Yep. Why? Why? How come? What's the decision? Oh, Rat Pack. Oh, man. Omen of the Sea. Because that was really tough. That was so tough. It's like... Oh, my goodness. Blue-White has exactly 1 2-mana instant speed card in their deck that's not a counterspell. It's Omen of the Sea. Ooh, maybe this is jank. Maybe it is jank after all. An Archon of Falling Stars. I was wrong about you, Rat Pack. I was wrong. Really, it's pretty awesome, actually. That is pretty freaking cool. Oh, man. Oh, we can't Murderous Rider. We didn't have 2 black sources. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, boy. Did you not return one? Can't you do it and you didn't? You may return target enchantment card. And you have 2 Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, so like, why didn't you just do it? What am I missing? Alright, I'll Alchemist's Inside here. They're tapped out. Oh, no, I can't! Oh, man. Cancel. Cancel that. I'll actually just Leyline. Oh, man. What a game. Oh, we can't Serpent yet. That's hilarious. Let's try to enter the God Eternals. Even though, why would we? Why would we do it on our turn? Why wouldn't we just save it, right? Oh, man. My tilt has got me all out of order here. God. I'm having fun, though, right? Like, that's the goal. I'm having so much fun. What you gonna get? You're gonna get a Narset with your Narset. So I heard you like Narsets, dog. Yo, dog. I heard you like Narsets. Well, you're not tapped out. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 open mana. How funny is that? You have exactly absorbed mana up. So let's let you play this Narset. Let's just let you do it. See what you get while you're stomping us. That's a Mirror Maid, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, a Mirror Maid. Alright, now we enter the God Eternals while Teferi's on the stack. Target them. There's a Narset on top. Yeah. Yeah, again, we're not the ones getting the fun experience in this game. Oh, it's when it dies. I just misread the card. Alright. Cool. Super cool. So get rid of one of our Leylines that don't even matter anymore because you have a Teferi. Man, Control is just such a nasty deck. It's so gross. Yep. Kill our guy. Because Teferi is so good. Teferi is so good. We didn't get a 6th land. Oh, man. And if we Murderous Rider, they'll just get Teferi back in a couple turns. Man, Control is a fair deck. Control's so fair. Control is so fair. Although, man, I gotta give it to him for playing Archon and Mirror Maid. That means that they are definitely sacrificing better cards in those slots so they can play fun stuff. So I'll give it to you, Rat Pack. It was a good game. It really was. Man, are we gonna win like a real game? Aside from just someone who tilts immediately when we counterspell, are we gonna win a real game in unranked with this deck? Let's get one more in. Let's do it. What do we got to lose? Man, I wouldn't even really count that first game as a game. So we've gone like 0-3. I don't think I've ever gone 0-3 on camera with any deck. And this deck isn't bad. Like I promise you, this deck isn't bad. I played a bunch of games with it in the past, and it's done pretty well. Man, I am so tempted to keep this hand. Holy crap, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the worst decision I've ever made. And keep this against Seagulls, Paciones. Paciones? What? Why is your name that? What possible personal significance could that have? Maybe their last name's Paciones. I don't know. Probably. I'm just determined to be tilted, I guess. For no reason. Alright, let's Agonizing Remorse. We got 2 of them. Ooh, neat deck. Neat deck here. Alright, that's Oracle, 2 Brazen Borrower, Uro, again, just like all the best cards. All of the best cards. Man, Brazen Borrower is hilarious against Leyline, isn't it? Isn't that a really funny card against Leyline? Let's get that. Man. So, Forest on turn 2 for the opponent. Brazen Borrower. I expected that. We didn't get a 3rd blue source, or a 2nd blue source. That'd be awesome. We did get another Agonizing Remorse, so let's just, like, destroy their hand. Risen Reef? Let's get that. And then next turn, we'll get the Tamiya. If we don't get a blue source. Yeah, Euro. I know. Yeah. Good cards. Unbelievably good cards in the unranked environment. That's fine. Just like, look. Another double blue card. There are, how many blue sources in this deck? Isn't it like 18 or 19? So, you know. But hey, that's Magic. It's not that the shuffler's broken. I hate when people say that. Boy, I'm just getting the dislikes on this video, aren't I? Because I'm sure just saying that the shuffler isn't broken will get me dislikes. But then again, if I say the shuffler is broken, I'll get a bunch more dislikes. So, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do on YouTube? Matter of fact, dislikes, I believe, help me in the algorithm. So, you know, whatever. Big deal. We've already played 3 Agonizing Remorses, so whatever. Actually, to the best of my knowledge, this doesn't do anything against Agonizing Remorse because an Agonizing Remorse is an exile and not a discard. So, whatever. Another reason to play, you know, Agonizing Remorse over time. Bravo, deck. Supreme trolling. Alright, go ahead. Oh my god. This is great. They're gonna try to get Borrower. There's no way Borrower's the best card you could have right now. Oh man. Maybe our opponent has as much of a sense of humor as we do. Man. Oh, what a fun game we play. It's the best game in the world. Oh god. Oh jeez. Hold on. I want to flip to the deck list here. Oh, where are you? Where are you? I've got my notebook right next to me. Blue Black Sea Monsters. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we got 14 black sources in the deck. We've drawn 4 of them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. There are literally 20 blue sources in the deck, and we've only drawn 1. I wish I could tell you that it was a good game, opponent. I really do. Man. Ooh, the arena gods have got it out for us today. Oh my goodness. We're just not going to win games with this deck, I get. Let's give it up. Because this video can't be like 6 hours long, so good God. Jeez. I need a stiff drink. And I don't even drink. I need one after these games. Hi, yi, hooch. Whew. That was just bad. I can't really say much else about it, but like, look at all these great cards. Agonizing Remorse, Tyrant Scorn, Sinister Sabotage, Murderous Rider, End of the God Eternals, Gadwick. Just this deck stacked with incredible cards. Nothing. We can't do nothing. I wish that with the Gates player at the beginning of the video would have stuck around, because they probably would have beaten us. If the rest of our games are any indication. I have won 5 straight in ranked play with this deck before. But not today. If by some miracle you're interested in playing this deck after that abomination of a video, then of course the deck list is in the description as usual. You can check this thing out. It's a fun deck. I would not call it a casual deck, but it sure as hell performed like one today. But I had fun. Don't take my horrible cynicism in this video to mean that I didn't have fun. I probably laughed more in this video than I have in any video I've literally ever recorded on the channel. Oh, in a way, in a roundabout horseshoe theory kind of way, I had the time of my life in this video. So, like it if you liked it. It really, really helps me in the algorithm if you like it. Also, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Do everything you can on that front, because YouTube is just not putting, the content people are subscribed to in their recommended feed. They're just not doing it anymore. So, one YouTuber that I watch put it this way: if you want YouTube to not screw you out of my content that you subscribe to, make sure you hit the bell for notifications, or just check my channel every couple of days, because I put out like 5 videos a week. So, don't wait for YouTube to tell you that I put a video out. Just come visit the channel every now and again. Search SBMTG, we'll pop up. But in any case, do all the things, Patreon link if you want to if you want me to keep making content, because that's kind of the only way to make a living out of this. To be honest, the YouTube is paying no money now. As of the first of the year, with COPPA going through, YouTube is making way less money. Actually, I'm pretty sure YouTube's making just as much money, but we're not. YouTubers aren't. And then my agreement with the TCG player just changed. I'm making a lot less money through them now. And I had an NDA with my old agreement, so I'm pretty sure I can't tell you how much I was making, but now I'm making way, way, way less from TCG players. So, sorry, I still like TCG players, still like the cheapest place to get cards, but this new agreement is horrible. So if you want to help me out as much as you can, just $1 a month, go to the Patreon. Sorry I have to pitch, worst part of the video. I know, it makes you click off, you hate hearing it, all that, but like, it's a fact of life. I got to do it, or I'm literally, out of a job. So do that if you absolutely can. If you can't, I'm just glad that you're here, glad that you're watching the videos. It means a lot to me. But anyway, next time we're going to play with, I think it's, well, no, we'll do a jank. That's right. We're going to do Green Black Death Touch as the next Deck Tech deck that we did. But the next deck we're doing for Dank Jank, I'm really freaking excited about. I can't contain it, y'all. I think that it's just labeled new deck in here. Yeah, new deck. Right here. But this thing, I'm going to give you a glimpse. See, that's all you're going to get. This deck is incredible, and I love playing with it. It's like my favorite deck in Standard right now. But that's going to be our next deck. Again, make sure you subscribe for all that. But anyway, I guess I'm done. Just in time. What time is it? 7:20. The results from the Nevada caucus should start rolling through pretty soon, and I got a very, very bad feeling about how that's going to go. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. I'll catch you cats later. I'm Deb from the Blaze. Thanks for watching, my wizards. Spread love and be kind.